But that's emotional, come from them. They just select data of the world to see how humans talk about certain topic, and they copy and they select and they create. We want you to use AI in the safe manner, and for the advanced level, for me, is useful if first you have to have self-awareness. Does that make sense to you? I'm sorry, I come back to this because it's will come back to back all the old topic that we talk about. But I will still believe that if you can manage yourself well, the piece of computer, it won't affect your life much.
Because regardless, as humans, we still crave the human connection, the human touch.
Oh yes, we are.
Yes, you touch.
Yeah. Like my daughter come like these are like today she off. Okay, her school have what, Good Friday, something holiday.
Yes, Good Friday.
And she will be home all day with me, and I told her, I said, can you just leave me alone in my room for 2 hours and you on yourself 2 hours? And I don't know, somehow, some way, she would be behind my back where she climb on my shoulder. She tried to practice BJJ with me, or she would go to the poop area when I'm pooping, and she's talking to me in the middle of my pooping, or I'm in the kitchen, I eating my food, and she talking to me in the middle of eating. I'm in the phone call, and she would just come in and ask something in the middle of phone call. So it's just somehow
She
you need
needs
human, right? So
cannot. It's just basically
good. So it's so new. Good. No, I just want to check other people what did they ask about me, which is now they don't have anything about that, which is great.
Just for the past 2 years, but then you never know. Currently, maybe they have.
Or maybe the update. I don't know.
Yeah, you must wait until the latest version of ChatGPT where they can do like access to live information. I'm very sure in the back end
they actually pause for 6 months, you know.
For what?
They pause for public 6 months because they don't want to push ChatGPT to touch so many information on public, like you say. Yeah, so
I'm not surprised.
They try to slow down AI, but
it's not slowable. I mean, it's better.
You can slow, but it's still when it catch up, it will very fast. Yeah. Come on, this machine going to study 24/7. You need sleep 8 hours per night. You need to cook, you need to eat, you need to date, you need to have a girlfriend, boyfriend, you need to have sex, you need to chase somebody, you need to make money, you need to take care of baby. You think you have time to study the AI? You don't have.
Because AI can process a much larger amount of data.
It is.
Than we can at any second.
And it's scary because you can correct AI, right? You can correct it by saying that, oh, that's the information is not correct. Then you correct them, and then they fix for you. And they learn by fixing information by what you feed them.
Yes, and then okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, my husband is a programmer, and recently he wrote a chunk of programming code, and something went wrong somewhere. Okay, he tried looking for it, couldn't find it. He copy paste the code, put it in ChatGPT, and told ChatGPT, "Can you find what is the mistake here?" And ChatGPT found it. 5 seconds. He said he's going to be out of job sooner than yes, that's right.
That's right.
Basically what we are useful for is our experience.
Yes.
Our experience dealing with humans, our experience dealing with being human actually. Actually, have you asked ChatGPT before?
Yeah.
You ask if you ask it the question, are you salient? Salient means can you think for yourself? He will answer cannot. He say as an AI language model, I can only collect information and then put it in a way that's easy for you to digest.
Yeah. But you know one thing, they say they cannot think for themselves, but they can create things to serve the world.
They can.
So I will put it this way.
But they must be instructed to do so.
Of course. For example, you can type, can you write for me the article about to make people feel fear? They can collect all the information around the world about the study about the human, how the human behave, and they create one for you, blog, vlog, whatever blog that you want. They will write for you the A4 paper, you copy and you make your own blog. You make your own newspaper, like copywriter and all. They can do a script for you, and they can write it so good that you don't need writer anymore. Think about it. Perfect English. Very clear, got emotional inside, but that's emotional, come from them. They just select data of the world to see how humans talk about certain topic, and they copy and they select and they create their
And
own.
she once asked ChatGPT to write a story. I said write a bedtime story for adults, for hope of a better tomorrow. And it wrote a
Yeah.
very touching story.
I know.
That was like you can say things like include humor, include family ties, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, it is because I do one question the other day because I have to do my work, right, about my paper, and I asked about certain question about human, about love. So can you give me definition of love? And it gave me a chunk of definition of love, and even it showed me what study.
Example.
So if you're really a person who loves study, ChatGPT is perfect for you. That's why I say it's my best friend.
Yeah.
Because I love to learn, and I ask a lot of questions. All my friends know that.
And ChatGPT will never complain.
Never complain because everything I'm asked, ChatGPT give me answer.
Yes.
And I love to learn, so when I read, I'm like,
I see. Let me ask more about this.
Yeah, so it's like a conversation with a teacher, but you're not there with the teacher, but you have a teacher in the pocket for 24/7. So this will be a great for people who love to learn like me. But at the same time, now I need to teach my daughter how to learn. Because I can see the next generation, if they don't know, I think that is a new skill, learn how to learn. Right? If you don't teach the kid learn how to learn, they will forget. Like because they born in the generation, they don't even know what is, the phone that we have to turn to call someone or like press number, or like they don't understand how last time we date to meet someone like, hey, after school now, like 3 p.m. I meet you at this playground station, the tree, okay? Under this tree, because I have a 10 tree there, the tree number 3, okay? Another tree, remember, a few more steps will be the coconut shop drink, remember? We meet each other there, okay?
Yes.
That's how.
And then you cannot be late.
You cannot be late
or early.
Your friend will leave. If you're late, your friend will leave. If you're too early, you need to wait. And then the last time, where got clock? You don't have clock. You need to see clock at home, and then you count yourself. Okay, maybe I'm there around 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Okay, let's go now. Right, so this generation, they won't understand that.
Everything is very instant.
Yeah. Can you imagine my daughter downstairs of the class, and she called me to ask, Mommy, what time more, how long more I have? I need to go up to the class. Because I told you the last episode, I gave her a phone, but the phone is really Nokia version. Only call and text. That's it. Cannot do anything. So she called me and I like, 10 more minutes for your class start. Okay, so can I go down to play? I said, yeah, you can, but 10 more minutes, you need to go up. Can you call me in 10 minutes to tell me I need to go up? And that's when I like.
Even worse, you should have given her a phone.
I learned my lesson. I teach her how to set her own alarm. So she now know how to set 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So the alarm make a sound, then she go up. So not bad. I teach her that now. But I'm just to say, the concept of children now is very different from my generation. I don't know, the next generation also. We all come a different generation, and now we learn new things. We learn how to use AI, and at the same time, we have to adapt to this. Yeah.
Yes, I remember. It's very funny because I remember last time we had to. Singapore, it's usually at the MRT station. And MRT is quite big, right? Some MRT station.
Yeah.
So we will say meet at like the mat of the MRT train track. Or meet in front of the control station.
Yeah.
Where you change your EZ-Link card after you have top up. Yeah, correct. So we will meet in front there, or meet outside the McDonald's.
Wow. Maybe that's the next thing that my daughter will need to deal with her friend. Yeah.
Meet with the outside McDonald's.
Yeah.
But that was last time lah. So now I think with AI, I think everything becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
And it's very easy. Like you say, you have a lot of questions, right? Sometimes I have a lot of questions also. Then it's very easy to, like, sometimes we can just spend hours.
Yeah.
Just typing things in and then seeing what kind of response come out, and then learning how to rephrase those questions to get the answers that we actually want.
I think learning is one of the things that I know that I love to learn, but not everybody is. But like, it's really, this is heaven for me. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, but I think it also depends on the topics, right? There's some people who they don't like to learn about numbers, but they like to learn about humans.
Yes.
Or some people they prefer numbers. They're not interested in humans.
Yes.
So it really depends on
topic that you want to learn. Yes. So I really love learn human, right? I will ask them like, can you explain for me the concept or the theory about happiness? what's the theory about emotional intelligence? What's the definition of that? Can you break down that? What study to show? How can you check somebody emotional intelligence? So some of that kind of question, right? It's really make me study by myself because now I'm like, very interesting.
Yeah, let's ask more questions.
Yeah, let's ask more about that, right? So if you really love to learn, then yes. But if you like, can you send me a link of a porn that's most popular right now? Then I'm sorry. I cannot stop people with they use what they use for the phone.
Correct,
I just share how it's useful for me, but that's what I'm using for.
Yeah, but actually even for there are a lot. Recently that is also very popular now to have AI generate your image.
Oh yeah.
Right, and then so obviously there's a lot of different kind of new PORN, different type, and all the people are flawless because it's computer generated, right? They're not real humans.
Well, that's scary.
Do you not know about that?
I saw my team do for me, but it looks scary for me.
But that one's a face one. We're talking about PORN now, right? And then it's so real.
But that's what Facebook already do, right?
I feel like it's such a dark industry.
Like people will love themselves the image of fake and online right now, the virtual version, because they don't love themselves enough and they want to be flawless.
Like
and
the
be
filtered
perfect.
version.
Yeah.
Recently, apparently, with Instagram and all that, right? This is a little bit off AI, but like what you said, the filtered version. Last time, okay, so this was a study done on plastic surgeons on requests that they get. Last time, the most common request is, I want to look like this movie star.
Oh my god.
I want to look like this actress, example. Now, they will take their filtered photos and show the doctor and say, I want to look like this. So you know what I mean? Like these are the requests that the plastic surgeons are getting. So AI is a tool. Basically, it's a plus and a minus. I mean, especially with the latest TikTok saga, it has once again been pushed to the top, especially with ChatGPT, with the latest version 4 that Anne is now using in her phone. I know she can use the app, Reggie, because the app you need to pay a subscription to use the app.
Yeah, I pay. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So if like mere mortals who are not paying, you need to go to use the desktop version.
But desktop is
very
shut
slow
down right now.
It's very slow, and I realized that in the evenings, right? I think because
more people search.
Yes, and it's I think coincide with the American timing. So once the America timing is morning, then you see ChatGPT very slow. The website version. But if you are paying, I think you get priority. So it's very fast. No matter what time of the day you use it, it's fast.
Yeah, I use a pay version.
Yeah, plus she uses it vigorously. When she has questions, the psychology
questions I have a lot of questions. Inside.
And then, I see.
I wish when I'm 8 years old, I have this, I would be genius. Yeah.